Hello, welcome to Rooporium, and welcome again. Today is going to be a short one. I've done a number of things, but yeah, doesn't seem to amount to much. I thought I'd done lots, but I haven't. So, what shall we start? Shall we start with finished objects? Shall we start with fun things? So the first thing, which you've already seen, is a crochet toy. I haven't actually got it anymore. I've given it to my younger brother. But he's got it now. But I'll put in a little picture here. So, what's the words? I can't think of the words today. But yeah, so I finished that, which was DK yarn 3mm hook. I use the clover hooks. I prefer the handles, as lots of people do, but there are others available. But yeah, so I'd finished that. Best William, he had been waiting for it for years. Finally got round to doing it. And he has now asked for yet another toy, which I'll go into later. I haven't actually started it yet, but I will be probably after the video. But anyway, so our finished objects. I can't remember if I told you last time, but I had a little yarn kit from my Knit Now magazine I have, and it was to make some of the toys. And there's a little paperwork bit for it. I wanted to make some of the toys, and I have. I've made 3 of the toys. So the first one I did was Little Care Bear, which I've got just up here. Admittedly, on the front of the Knit magazine, it came with a hat. Here's Little Care. Oh, that eye's gone a bit funny. Oh, the thread's gone loose, so I have to sort that out, won't I? But nowhere near as cute as that one. Just looks funny. I used the needles they suggested, and I've used the yarn obviously that came with the magazine, because as you will see, I still have tons. But I used the yarn that came with the magazine. So I did it with... My brain's gone blank. Brain's gone blank on what needle size they are. I can't remember. So I used a 3mm hook. Or not 3mm hook, a 3mm knitting needle for it. And as you can see, very holy, partly overstuffed, but the actual fruit stuffed, it was quite holy as well, which kind of annoys me. But hey, William will like it anyway, he'll probably end up with it. But on the front of the magazine, you could do a little hat to go with it. To make it a bit more Eastery, especially as it's Easter today. Filming this on Easter Day, and I'm going to publish it on Easter Day. So happy Easter to anyone that celebrates it, or just enjoys the time off. Oh God, I can't get the hat on now. But yeah, you could knit a little hat, little beanie hat to go with it. So I did. See, that one's not too bad. It's not too holy. But as you can see, it's quite a loose thing for a toy. You know, normally you have to have it quite tight so it don't spread out like that. But so I finished that first. I can't remember. I think it might have been last weekend or might be the weekend before. But yeah, so I finished that. It's a bit drunkard. But yeah, I finished that. Then I decided I wanted to do some of the other toys in this kit. So I have I then made Mr. Chick. And because I'd had this problem with the knitting, because apparently it was 4-ply yarn in the kit, I don't think it is. It is too cheap. Too cheap yarn, it's too fuzzy. It doesn't actually make a 3mm needle. Doesn't really need it. It needs a smaller needle. So I did some swatching, undid some swatching as well. Then I got very excited, being greeted by a needle coming away from my stand. What are these? Right, these are vintage knitting needles. These were my nans. I've even got some that we think were actually my great nans or great nans. Yeah, people my great nans. But these are just my nans ones. We found them. And I don't know if you can pick it up on camera. Well, that one you can see it's bent up, but it actually is really nice to knit with because it's bent up. And this one's got a slight kink in it. I don't know if you can. When I run my finger, I think you can see it slightly, but they're a bit kinky. And also, don't know. This is old gauging system, British gauging system, but it doesn't correspond to the new gauging system. I don't think it does. I can't see my knitting gauge at the moment. Can't see my needle gauge. So after all that, I found my knitting gauge, my little knit pro. The fun thing is it doesn't help me. Because we're in the UK, it gives you the millimetres. We work by millimetres in the UK generally. We don't have a number system. So it doesn't help me to tell you. After all that. But anyway, so they're vintage knitting needles. Probably older than me. Not much older than me, but older than me. They're actually two different brands. But they're both size a size 13 in these old ones, but it's a 2.25, so it's 2.25 millimetres. But they're actually two different brands. One says Robin and one says Jason. And you can't get either of these brands in the UK from what I can tell now. So from what I can tell, you can't get either of these two brands anymore. But they're both 3.25, so they're both the same. Probably die-hard knitters are probably having a heart attack now. I used to do brands and needles. But it worked, it's fine. It's only for a couple of projects. If I was doing a big jumper, I wouldn't do it. I would have two of the same brand. But I'm not. I was doing two little toys. So, yeah. So 2.25mm needles. I changed to from the 3mm. And then I got a lot denser fabric. Admittedly, I have overstuffed. I generally overstuff the toys. But it's not too bad. It's better. It is better than Care Bear, who's a bit drunkard. But it's a lot better. And it's not too far from the original image. I don't know why they stick out. They just want to stick out no matter what I do. Probably put a stitch underneath and hold them down a bit, but I can't be bothered. Looks a bit like me flying. Sorry, I'm going on tangents, a bit mad. But yeah, so it doesn't look too different. But yeah, it'll turn into a little Easter gift for William as well. So he'll be getting it later. So, and then I decided I wanted to make one of the bunnies. Partly because I still had lots of yarn left. So I made one of the bunnies. Doesn't look as good as theirs. Still doesn't look as good. But I keep trying to squash the head so it looks cuter. But it doesn't really work. But it's fun. And it's got a little tail. But yeah, I like the bunny. I quite like the bunny. I quite fancy keeping the bunny, but William will probably have it. Unless I knit another one. Which admittedly, I've got enough yarn, I probably could knit another one. But yeah. But I didn't want the yarn to just go into the stash. I've got other ones where it's come with magazines and it's gone straight to stash. Well, not straight into stash, I'll knit them up, but they just end up sitting there. Oh, I don't want it to sit. I wanted it to be used. So, I just like the green bunny. But I have, admittedly this should be in the next section, but I'm going to say about it now. I do have a plan to make one of the little sheep. One of the two. Actually, they're both the same sheep. Blue, yellow, pink, green, red. Blue, yellow, pink, green. Yeah, they're the same sheep. In the pattern, there's one this way, and there's one that's a proper rainbow, or sort of proper rainbow. I can't. Oh, I can show you, I think. Oh, I can show you on the front of this. See, they're different colours. You've got a proper rainbow one and then random, almost random coloured ones. But yeah. So, it's funny. Looking at the picture things, you can see the decreases really clearly in the camera. In real life, they're not as clear. It's weird how different things look different on cameras. But anyway, yeah, I'm quite tempted to make one of the sheep. I'm quite tempted to make the two of chicks as well. I don't know, it won't be Easter anymore by then. I might make another rabbit. But yeah, the yarn keeps going and going and going. We shall see how far I get with all these things. But yes, I quite fancy making one of the sheep and maybe the other two chicks. But anyway, sorry, I just knocked the microphone. So, oh, we'll cut that bit out. I accidentally hit the computer and then the TV show came on. So yes, so sort of future project / works in progress. I'm still working through the bag. But yeah, so works in progress. Well, I've finished most of them, haven't I? And I haven't started that many new ones. I still haven't sorted out soft hat. I can't decide. I can't choose. It'd be nice if someone on here would actually help with that one. I have no idea. I can see the bag. It's in here. I don't know. Don't know what to do with it. But anyway, I have got this scarf, the second scarf, still going. But where I'd only got to that bit, I've now got all this bit. So it's over doubled in size since I saw you. Shouldn't knit with hand cream on. Oh well, they'll be washed. It'll come out. It's come out mainly now. But yes, bit boring this bit. I will admit that. But anyway, I have done that. I've been exploring into micro crochet. Sorry, my little brother's in the next room. He suddenly started buying raspberries, and I could hear them very clearly in here. So hopefully you don't. But anyway, I started looking back into my micro crochet. I got really into it last year. I did make a few things, a few little things. Actually, I might be able to show you a few little things. See, it all fits in here, how micro it is. But I made a few little things last year. Some things I never tied in the end. I made little. It's too whited out. Can't see it very well, it's too white. I made some flowers. Bit too wide a rainbow, but it's a rainbow. But yeah, I'd made some things last year and I was admittedly putting them in resin. Oh, this is from one that you might, I don't know if you guys will like it, probably not. I don't know why I just fancied making a little acorn. But no, I was setting them in resin. I don't think I've got anything I can show you right now. But I was setting them in resin. And the idea was to make them into jewellery. Although I quite like the idea of stitch markers right now. But yeah, that's what I was doing. Nope. Can't show you right now. Don't know where they are. Don't know. I'll see if I can find them and add a photo of them. So, I wanted to go back exploring into my micro crochet. And so I'd started them and not finished them. I've got a couple more of these. But little rainbow roses. I made one for Mum for Mother's Day last year into a little key ring. It hangs like that, it looks a bit weird. Keeps squishing that way. There you go. But yeah. So I'll finish that off. But I don't class it as finished object because I just finished sewing on the petals. But so you see some, because this, I probably used the same hook as this, which is a 1.25. Look, I don't think it would link up. No, won't show on you on here. Which is a very small hook compared to, that's my normal hook. That's tiny. Can't even focus on it. Very different sizes. So, yes. So I use a 1.25. Put it this way, this was the one I found with this, so it probably was this one. But 1.25 needle. Actually, might have done. Might have been slightly bigger one. But yes, but I wanted to explore going into micro crochet again. Right, I should try and film earlier in the day, less noise. But anyway, I wanted to try and do micro crochet again. So annoyingly I can't find all the bits that I made. It's really, really irritating. But hopefully I can show you next time. But one of the things I did make, and well, I haven't tied in the ends, but annoyingly is with the 3mm hook. So I'd go down and I'd use 3mm with DK yarn. I then was using a 2mm hook with 4-ply, and then was using the 1.25 with this thread weight. This type of yarn, which is a lot finer than that. I was experimenting with making different flowers. And flowers are made. It's kind of dense, it's a bit like a dahlia really. And it's so bright. There we go. Oh, that's quite fun. Need tying the ends, but yeah, I quite liked it. I want to try. I haven't made it in the 4-ply or the thread yet. I will be in the next. Well, I was going to say after this, but I might do some other bits after this. Oops. It's Easter as well. Spend some time with family. But anyway, yeah. So I made that. And again, I'm sorry if this is boring for people. It's just what it is. So I've told you about those. So future projects. I've already told you about the sheep. The only other future project I've got planned at the moment, although I'm trying to figure out how to buy some yarn for something. never mind. Is Williams requested me to make the toy, or a toy version of Noelle, which is it's a Disney film on Disney Plus. But he wants me to make a little girl of Noelle. So that is something to look forward to. You might see it next week. Don't know. Or it might be in the next couple of weeks. A little Noelle toy. Yay! I want to get through them all. William's list is so huge. It's bonkers. Sorry, I yawned. Yeah. So I've got a Noelle toy. So 3mm hook with DK yarn again, and it'll be Starcraft yarn again. So the only other thing I've got to say is plans for the future. Now I've got a gift card for some yarn and I need to use it. So, future plan. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with it, with my gift voucher. Whether to buy some fancy yarns that I wouldn't necessarily normally buy. I don't know, because I quite like the cake ombre ones, and I've never had one, and I'm really tempted to. Or some more sock yarn, but then I've not actually made any socks yet, so I probably won't on that one. The other thing I'm tempted by is because I want to make some sort of tank vest tops, knitted vest tops, and I've got some jumper ideas, but I've got yarns in terms of doing the colour work bits of some of my planned ideas of things I want to make in the future. But I can't decide whether to buy, but I haven't got enough yarn to do the backgrounds of them, not in the same batch number and things like that. And in a jumper you would actually see the like colour variants, so I can't just pick and choose on that one. But I've got some different ones I would like to create, and I need to really decide. I find it so hard to make a decision. But anyway, hopefully I'll have decisions and be able to show you those next week of different things, because I quite fancy trying to make a jumper. I've made cardigans in the past, one where it didn't fit, a shrug where it did fit, but that was luck. It was quite big. But other things, I made one vest tank top thing in the past, and it doesn't really fit. It's really annoying. Didn't really understand about positive and negative ease and things like that in the past. But and I didn't swatch. It was one of the most, not the most expensive yarns I'd bought, one of the most precious yarns I'd bought, which it was from a very, very local supplier, to the point that the sheep actually lived in the field opposite my house originally for the winter, and then for the summer they went to the literally next village over, which is a mile, and they lived there in the summer on an estate. So yeah, they lived opposite my house, and I was so excited. So I bought the yarn, and it was 4-ply yarn, pure wool as well, and it doesn't really fit. I've lost an awful lot of weight since then as well, and you can get it on. It's a cable. The problem is I adapted a normal pattern, a normal stocking stitch pattern, and I adapted it to include cables. The problem is not factoring in cables will cinch it in, which means I needed to make it wider. And I should have just bought a pattern with a cable cables on it, but I didn't, because I couldn't find one at the time. So it is one of these lovely things that sits in the cupboard, never gets used, and it's so sad. I'd probably ruin it anyway. I'll probably ruin most yarns like that, but I still want to try. So yeah, I'd like to try and make new ones. A new one, yes, probably in acrylic, but it's what my budget can afford right now. And it's more hard wearing for me. I'm not very good at taking care of things, especially pure wool. I didn't realise a pair of gloves I had someone had got it for me for a gift. I didn't realise they had wool and they didn't have the label on anymore. Or it didn't say on the label. No, yeah, they didn't have the label on anymore. And I didn't know. And I washed them in the washing machine and they felted. Luckily, they didn't felt too much badly, and I was able to sort of stretch them out when they were still wet, so they just fit. But yeah, it doesn't bode well for me, does it? And then the only other time I properly used yarn was at uni, and then I deliberately was trying to felt it. So that doesn't really count. Anyway, that is it for this week, I think. I'm also tempted by. I quite like this, but again, I don't have enough of the yarns now, the freebie yarns, and plus it was a bit. Put it blankly, it wasn't that great a yarn. But I'm tempted to, because you were supposed to be able to use these to make that. That blue is not the same blue as that. Just actually noticed that myself. That the blue yarn isn't even the same. So how could you... These different things you don't even realise until I'm on camera. Typical, isn't it? Different things you don't even realise until you're on camera. And it's not even in this. That is in the magazine. It's not even in this booklet. Neither of these. They're not in the booklet. They're Easter patterns you can make from their website. Need to go on their website then and find that one. Because I quite like that. I think I've got a friend that would probably quite like that too. Sorry, I'm going on a random tangent and talking to myself. Well, sort of talking to myself. I'm talking to you guys who are watching. But yeah, so that is it for this week. I said a short one and it's not that much shorter. But anyway, yeah, that's it for this week. I've got to go and help my younger autistic brother with his Easter egg hunt. Which is fun. And plus it's Easter, he's happy, and he can have some little toys. He's never had Easter toys before. I'm going to end up starting a new tradition that each year he gets an Easter toy, but oh well. It's a one-off, hopefully. It's very creepy Care Bear. I might try and reknit the Care Bear with the 3.25 needles. That might be fun. Actually have a proper Care Bear, not a demonic one. Whoa. Anyway, right, I'm getting a bit crazy again. So that is it, and that is me from Creature 1, Creature 2 and Creature 3. I'm sorry. Right, that is it. And I will see you next time. Please like and subscribe if you liked it. If you have any sensible suggestions of how to make this more fun, because, well, last week someone put that one of my films was boring, which is fair dues, that's fine. But just putting you boring, that does not really help me. If you can put why I'm boring, whether I'm too yappity, don't put enough detail, need to do something, just creative. That's not what I mean. But helpful comments, that will help to make things more fun. Because admittedly, even though I'm getting a bit bored with these, I need to mix them up a bit. Figure it out, make them more fun. Maybe not drink coffee before them. Anyway, not that I have before this one. Or maybe that is the solution, I drink coffee before everything. I'm yabbering on again. Right, no more yabbering from Sarah. So, yeah, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.